Roblox only let you play 1 hour a day. At first, everyone thinks, no problem, 1 hour is enough. Until you join your favorite game. You finally start having fun. You're about to defeat the final boss. Or you're about to get your first Roblox girlfriend. That's when the timer hits 1 hour. You get kicked instantly by Roblox. Then a message appears. You can play again in 24 hours. See you tomorrow, bro! Instantly, every Roblox player becomes furious. Millions of players protest outside Roblox headquarters, demanding the update be removed, until their moms show up and start protecting Roblox. Because to them, this is the best update ever. Their kids can't play all day anymore. Now, everything changes. Simulator games are finished, because nobody can AFK farm anymore. Want to play with your friends? You all need the exact same schedule. Because if your friend joins just 30 minutes after you, he only gets 30 minutes with you. And he has to watch you explode when the timer hits. So like this video so Roblox never adds this update. Bro, imagine if Roblox... This is the difference between kids and their parents at 12 a.m. First, they're staying awake. Kid, they're lying in bed, watching YouTube, playing Roblox, or texting their friends, thinking, I'm not even tired. Their parent? The moment their head touches the pillow, they're already asleep. Then there's hearing a noise. Kid, they hear one tiny sound and suddenly they're convinced there's a ghost in the house. They instantly hide under the blanket, too scared to even move, and somehow stay awake the whole night. Parent? They hear the exact same noise, open one eye, and say, it's probably the cat, then immediately go back to sleep. Lastly, there's getting hungry. Kid, every 12 a.m., they quietly sneak into the kitchen, trying not to make a single sound, just to grab a midnight snack. But somehow, the second the fridge opens, their parent instantly wakes up, appears right behind them, like they have teleportation, and says, what are you doing at this hour? So like this video if this is you at 12 a.m. This is the difference between a noob and a pro playing Roblox. First, there's joining a new game. Noob? They read the entire tutorial, follow every arrow, talk to every NPC, and 2 hours later, somehow they still have no idea what they're supposed to do. Pro? They skip the tutorial, ignore every instruction, run in the completely wrong direction, and 5 minutes later, they're already the best player in the server. Then, there's dying. Noob? They fall off the map, respawn, fall off again, respawn, then somehow fall off again at the exact same place. Pro? They almost never die, but the one time they finally do, they instantly yell, lag, and blame their internet. Lastly, there's getting Robux. Noob? The moment they get Robux, they immediately spend it all on the first cool game pass they see. Then 5 minutes later, they regret it. Pro? They save their Robux, waiting for something that's actually worth it. 1 month passes, 1 year passes, they still haven't spent it. So comment below if you're a noob or a pro. This is the difference between a noob... Bro, imagine if your older sister owned Roblox. Part 3. You log in, and the first thing you see is your older sister now owns Roblox. You immediately jump out of your seat, run to her room, and ask, can I have some Robux? But your sister, she just looks at you and says, no! Get out of my room! Then she kicks you out. Now you're sad. You walk back to your room. But then, your account suddenly receives 10,000 Robux with a message from your sister that says, I accidentally sent it to you. You're lucky today. Huh? Then one day, you're playing a Roblox quiz game. You get stuck on one question. Suddenly, your older sister joins the game. She starts laughing and says, you're so dumb! But somehow, she starts helping you solve every question. 20 minutes later, you finally reach the end. You smile and say, thanks. But she immediately replies, I wasn't helping you. I just wanted to beat the game. Bro, older sisters always pretend they don't care. But somehow, they're always looking out for you. So like this video if you love your older sister. Bro, imagine if you had a skip button. Every time you pressed it, your life instantly fast forward 1 hour. At first, you think this is the best superpower ever. Waiting for school to end? Skip. Long queue at the supermarket? Skip. Boring homework? Skip. Suddenly, life becomes so easy. Then one day, you got tired of studying for your final exam. It's still 1 month away, so you keep pressing skip until a whole month had passed. And now, you are sitting there, holding your A+ report card. Bro, you are so happy. But then, your friends start talking about all the late-night study sessions, the stress, the laughs, the moments you all struggled through together. But you don't remember any of it. Then, when you get back home, your parents start throwing a party to celebrate your achievement. Everyone is cheering, except you, because deep down, it didn't feel like you earned it. Because you skipped the journey, that made the achievement worth celebrating. So like this video if you still want this superpower. Bro, We moved into a new house. Every morning, there was fresh bread on our doorstep. Nobody ever knocked. Nobody ever waited. Just warm bread. Every single day. For an entire month. Finally, my dad waited outside at 5 a.m. He caught an old woman leaving it there. She smiled and showed us an old family photo. Turns out, she thought we were the family who used to live there. They had helped her many years ago. She never knew they had moved away. The moment she realized, she said, "Oh, then I'll need a refund for all the bread I accidentally gave you." She had actually kept track of every loaf. The total was $160. But my dad just stared at her and called the police for trespassing on our property every morning for an entire month. So, we got a month's worth of free bread. Yahoo! We moved. One morning, while in class, my teacher suddenly stopped the lesson. Then, she looked straight at me with a serious face. She slowly picked up her phone and called the police. The entire class went silent. Everyone turned to look at me. I was confused. I hadn't done anything. A few minutes later, 2 police officers walked into the classroom. Everyone thought I was in big trouble. The officers walked over, looked at me, and I was already imagining my life in prison. Then, one of them pulled out a red underwear. I was shocked, because I recognized it. It was mine. I had lost that underwear a few days ago. Turns out, the police had found it and was looking for the owner. My teacher saw the news. Then, when she saw me just now, she suddenly remembered that underwear belonged to me. So she called the police to come here, just to personally return my missing underwear. One morning, while in class, for an entire week, I kept seeing the same man. On my way to school, on my way home, even when I stopped at the convenience store. He was always there, hiding behind trees, pretending to look at his phone. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence. But every single day, the same person, watching me. One day, I even saw him holding what looked like a knife. I got scared, so I told my dad. But instead, my dad started laughing and said, "That was me." Turns out, a week earlier, I had told my parents I wanted to walk home by myself. They agreed, but my dad was still worried. So every day, he secretly followed me to make sure I got home safely. I laughed and asked, "Then where's the fake knife you were holding?" But suddenly, my dad's smile disappeared. He looked confused, then said, "What knife? Why would I bring a knife?" We both went silent, because that meant my dad wasn't the only one following me. For an entire week, I kept How to not do chores at home. First is the homework strategy. The moment your mom says, "Come help me," immediately say, "I was just about to start doing my homework. It's due tomorrow." Because to parents, homework always comes first. Next is the volunteer strategy. Before your parents give you a chore, volunteer to do the easy ones first, like taking out the trash or washing a few plates. Now, they'll think you've already helped enough and give your little brother the harder chores instead. Then comes the distraction strategy. The moment you think your mom is about to ask for help, disappear. Then tell your little brother, "Mom's looking for you." 5 seconds later, he's the one doing the chores. Because parents usually ask the first kid they see. But the ultimate strategy is the bribing strategy. Just tell your little brother, "I'll give you 10 Robux if you do my chores." And now, while he's cleaning the toilet, you can take the best nap of your life. How to not do chores at home. First is Bro! Imagine if your neighbor owned Roblox. Part 2. You log in, and the first message you see is, your neighbor is watching you. But you're not worried. You just play like normal. Until one day, you're still playing Roblox at 3 a.m. while your parents are asleep. You think nobody knows, but your neighbor does. And the next morning, she tells your parents. Then one day, you spent 2 hours building your dream house in a game. But then, your neighbor joins, uses her owner powers, and instantly spawns a bigger mansion right beside yours. Then, you and your friends start having a party, laughing, dancing, until suddenly, your neighbor comes over and complains about the noise. Bro, we're literally in Roblox. But then, you realize something. Maybe she's just lonely. So you invite her to join the party. And for the next 2 hours, she has the best time ever. Then the next morning, she actually sends you 50 Robux. Weird. So like this video if you don't want neighbor to own Roblox. Bro,